Okay,
What's good?
we are live, and it's still not up on here, but we're gonna see it in a second. I'm sure. There's a little bit of delay, but this is our first guest today. We got Josh Langenberg,
Nice to meet you guys
the
here.
man, I guess. Right? I don't want to assume your pronouns, right?
It's 2021. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I can't believe it's 2021. Okay, I got.
I know.
It.
I
That's
can't either.
beats.
It's,
I got. Yep.
it's,
That being said, this is welcome to the first show of 2021.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Sort of.
Yeah,
I haven't been
yeah,
that
sure.
happy yet.
It's the same.
It hasn't been that happy
I
lately.
would say it's the same old stuff.
And
so.
wait, you guys can actually see me now too. What's up?
I can't see you right now, but it's delayed.
Just wait.
Okay. Oh wait, so you can actually switch now?
Yeah, I brought my webcam today.
About freaking
I
time.
would say on the ball right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's gonna come up in here in a second.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
I have Corona.
Here with Christian.
Don't joke.
Oh,
about it,
gosh.
You know,
I
I just
switched-
saw you come up.
Yeah, I switched myself like 4 times just there.
Oh gosh,
by
that can't be
accident.
good. Okay, so we do have some stuff we want to talk about today.
there's no intro there. We're just going into it.
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, we just go right in.
Fair enough.
So there was a few things. Josh is a big car guy, so he does love cars. He used to be a Chevy guy. He betrayed us because he got an Explorer, and then he decided, well, now I can't be a Chevy guy. I have to be a Ford guy because now I just seem like an idiot.
Wow.
Not in so many
Say-
words. He
say
didn't
what
say
you
it in
really
so
think.
many words, but
So you really
See,
think?
I'm more of a Ford guy, but that's me.
yeah. Well, how many Fords do you own? How many Fords are at your house?
None. But
Exactly.
I'm just saying, if I had to pick
I mean,
one,
we
if I
the
had
closest thing we have to a Ford in our house is a Mazda.
Which, it's not a Ford.
Yeah, but they have 33% share in it, don't they?
They used. I don't even know what they
Do
have
they
now.
still?
But
Do they still?
They-
I don't think
well,
they do.
back when they did that Mazda pickup truck on the Ranger, that was, I know they had quite a.
Oh,
They did the Escape, the Mazda Escape, whatever that was called. I forget what it was, and then the
Mazda
Ranger, which was I forget what that was called too. What?
Mazda Escape.
I don't know what it was. Let me Google it. I don't remember what it was called.
Google it. Yeah. Well, I like Mazda. They do some stupid things occasionally, but I mean, you gotta like Mazda if you're a car guy. Like they're
I mean, the Miata's.
they're
Great.
economy cars that work good as sports cars in a way. I mean, like my mom's SUV drives. I mean, it drives a lot better than my car. A lot faster.
You
Oh,
should
it's
get
the
rid-
Mazda
yeah.
Tribute. That's what it was.
He has an Impreza.
You should get rid of the go-kart and get a Mazda.
I want to. I like Mazdas.
Uh,
I've been saying this. I kind of want a Mazda Speed 6. The all-wheel drive model. They're nice. The problem is I can't fit in the WRX.
Yeah, well, WRXs are better anyway.
dude, I
No,
really,
I
I
don't know.
really want to get a WRX.
I know you do, but you also really want to get a W. You don't only want to get that. You want to get a truck too. But which one do you want more?
Well, okay,
The-
but a truck, I can afford a truck more than I can afford a WRX.
Well, it depends on how old the WRX is.
I'm not gonna find a WRX for $5,000. It's just
No.
not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be all sorts of. I know.
could.
I looked at.
It may
one,
not be a very good one, but you could.
I looked at one. It was
Maybe
like
a part
68
out, maybe.
I found one for $6,800. Go underneath, and it's got a blown pinch weld, so that's an automatic inspection fail. For $6,800, and it was not roadworthy.
Yeah.
Definitely
No,
not.
see, like, yeah, no.
So yeah, you're paying
Okay.
at least.
But either way, which would you rather have, a truck or a WRX?
At the end of the day, probably WRX.
Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised by that answer.
Although I really want like an old Ranger, like Colin has.
I don't care for the Ranger.
Rangers are amazing.
I don't. You're just biased towards Ford right
What?
now.
No, the Rangers are great. They're little pickup trucks that you can basically,
It has to be stick though. Mine has to be stick.
the 5 speeds. Yeah, the what is that? I think there's the M50D transmissions in those things. Yeah, they're pretty decent. But that's the Mazda.
One thing I will say about Colin's truck, though, it does shift real easy.
Yeah, his truck is really easy to drive.
It's just because it's
I love driving.
it's a
that truck.
relatively torquey engine, but it makes no power.
I do love driving.
The
that
funny
truck.
part about that truck is that it's heavier than our cars, but it's
I don't know how that thing's heavier than our cars, dude.
because it's a frame, it's not a unibody.
Yeah, but
You know what that means, right?
yeah, sure.
That means no.
Go ahead, Ralph. Why
um,
don't you explain it?
Essentially, A unibody is more along the body, is more of the chassis. So most of the body panels are load bearing, but a frame car like a truck or a big SUV, kind of like his car or truck, really. That means that is most of the load bearing, and the body panels are just put on top of that. It doesn't mean that the structural support of the car is within the body.
Word.
I'll give you that. I will give you that explanation. I'm not gonna nitpick it.
Not gonna lie, I just heard that like yesterday because I was watching Top Gear. I knew that already for the most part, but I wouldn't have said it so eloquently.
I love going back and just watching old Top Gear
I watch it
reruns just 'cause it brings back memories.
I probably watch it 3 or 4 times a week for hours.
Yeah, it brings back memories.
Because, no life. Shaq.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's tough. That's tough. But yeah. So, now that we're off that long tangent, I mean, we're like what?
I don't even know.
That was like an 8-minute tangent. But
That's fine. Extra long show today.
On top of the cars of Josh liking, because we disagree with that, but he's also a real good conservative. There's very few things I disagree with him on there. I can't even think of anything we disagree with on politics wise.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
The only thing I kind of disagree with you with that's sort of political is the Confederate flag, and I kind of understand where you come from. And it's not like I get that you don't believe it's a symbol of slavery, but a lot of people view it as that way. But I don't think that you should have the right not to say it. I don't like people. I don't like people.
No,
I don't enjoy people calling me fat. It doesn't mean I think that they shouldn't be able to say it.
Yes,
though.
you do.
No, I don't.
I'm so fat, man.
Yeah, I don't mind calling myself fat. That's a little different.
Calling him out. We're not even 10 minutes in.
He calls himself fat too. It's okay.
I am fat.
He should be
so
fat, like
cool.
Colin. That's what. Yeah, Colin is Colin's as thin as you, but he's what, like 5'10", 5'11". But he eats a crap ton. He probably eats 50% more than me.
And he eats. It's all garbage.
It's all garbage. Like I eat salad and stuff. Colin couldn't eat a salad if he tried. He'd be like, it's not McDonald's. It's not McDonald's. It's not Burger King. Josh could eat that. It's not. I mean,
I eat a salad every once in a while.
Yeah, I know, but I know you do enjoy your McDonald's.
Oh, it's so good, and it's so easy. I mean, coming home.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The $1 McChickens, can't beat it.
Oh my
so
god, dude. Oh my.
I could actually.
I mean, honestly though, I think we can all agree the breakfast is amazing.
I haven't had McDonald's breakfast in a hot minute.
I think that the best breakfast is probably the Chick-fil-A.
I don't think I've ever had.
Never had Chick-fil-A. I just found out the other day that Burger King has breakfast. Didn't even know that.
Yo,
I had Burger King breakfast when I was younger.
Wendy's has really good breakfast too.
I don't think I've had
I gotta try all.
No,
these.
they have this maple bacon.
Oh yeah, they
It's
have
like
they have a
maple-
breakfast baconator too.
There's like
That
this,
sounds
it's like
good.
this maple bacon thing with like fried chicken on it or something. It's
They
so
basically have a burger with an egg on it as a breakfast sandwich, which sounds amazing.
good. That sounds so good.
Interesting.
So we all know the best burgers are Five Guys.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you know
They're
it's
not fast
for the
food. They're not technically fast food,
but
but
for
like
the price though, I mean, you get a
Oh, it's
large fry
expensive.
and you get a cup of fries.
No,
plus
it's not
a
a
whole
large
bag
fry.
Full.
that's
of
not a large
fries.
fry. That's what we call an American fry.
Yeah. Well, that's what I don't understand
my
about. They
God.
have something over in Japan called the mega fries, and it's 2 large fries basically put together. I don't understand why we don't have that here. Because it'd be perfect for me since I already get 2 large fries anyway.
We're fat enough in this country.
Okay.
See, that's the great thing about America. And what most countries in the world, they have to worry about starving to death. Over here, our biggest problem is being too fat. Because we have such abundance. Isn't that great?
Well, yeah, but nowadays,
Well,
obviously.
It's such a
yeah,
first
but
world
that's
problem.
also turning into a political movement in and of itself.
Yeah, freaking. What's place? Bloomberg banning sodas over 16 ounces.
Yeah, I
That
never
is
understood
so
Wait,
that.
retarded.
what?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I never
No.
understood
No,
that.
in New York, Mike Bloomberg, the guy that was trying to run for president, was giving out all that money. You remember him?
Yeah,
He
stole
Yeah.
wasted
Yeah,
so much
He's
money on his campaign.
Retarded. He's retarded. And just for the record, retarded is not bad. It's retarded. You can say retarded cam timing. It just means slow. It means you're slow to arrive. There's never been a medical term. It just means you're slow. Just for the record here, it's not mean. It's just true. That's why Colin's retarded.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But yeah, he was trying to ban drinks over 16 ounces, or you also had to pay.
Oh, by the way,
It
plastic
wasn't. It may not have been a ban. I think it was at least a tax, which is like really.
plastic
but I'm
soda
sure you-
straws illegal.
Yeah, even though plastic straws are actually better than paper straws.
Well, you know
For
what the best part?
environment, because it takes so much more carbon and the carbon because you can't recycle them at all. So plastic straws are actually better for the
Well,
environment.
the best part about this whole thing is that they they don't want all this trash and everything going all over.
Yeah, we're less than
But-
1%.
Yet we all have to have disposable utensils at restaurants right now. Disposable masks, all this disposable stuff
What?
that's just going to end
That's
up in the trash
fact. That
can.
is no.
Well, think about it. Like
Nuh-uh,
nowadays,
but not disposable utensils.
at the restaurants nowadays, they
What?
have to have
What?
individually wrapped utensils.
Yeah. No.
Oh, well,
so
well,
like,
So
well,
like
the-
the little plastic wrappers
at-
that gets thrown away.
like at
the-
Applebee's, like they put
Yeah.
the metal, like they put the metal, like the metal utensils in plastic wrap.
and some of them, I mean, some of them they don't even
Uh,
feel like
and
doing.
then-
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they're wearing plastic gloves to hand you the stuff. They have a mask on.
Exactly. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, but
Plus,
you
and
know
then-
how
Think about it. And then on top of that, like all the napkins that people use.
exactly.
And all the stuff
Es-
that they need to wipe down the tables. and
Especially nowadays, they're going through cleaning products like no tomorrow.
everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just that's just something that occurred to me the
I
other
didn't-
day, and I'm like,
See, the thing is with the environmental movement, it makes me like things I didn't used to like. Because I didn't used to like rolling coal because I just didn't enjoy it. I'm not a huge diesel person.
But
I
it's so
I
nice,
like
isn't
diesels,
it?
but I don't like the smell of it.
it's so nice, isn't
But
it?
you know
I
what?
love it.
But you know what? I like people that roll coal just because it just pisses off people that don't like it.
Oh, I just like rolling coal because it looks cool.
I mean, it does look cool, but it's like the funniest part. The worst part about my dad owning a vet is that the guys roll coal at him to mock him.
No, I know. I
That's
know
like-
some of the diesel.
It's
guys.
like you're just
yeah,
jealous.
but you're
in my
not. I would say
opinion.
you're not going to please everybody though. That's just a fact
Yeah, you're
of
just being
life.
a
So
jerk though, just for the
Yeah.
No, they'll turn it on when they pass like a Corvette or a nice car, which is just being like why?
they also do it to Priuses. So I'm
See,
gonna,
that's okay. no, that's okay.
they'll turn it on.
No, they deserve
They'll-
it. Priuses,
Oh my
Teslas,
God.
all of those, they deserve it.
Hey, I kind of like some Teslas. Certain Teslas.
Which one?
Cybertruck. I love how stupid it looks. Like I love
Okay,
that.
I can.
I
understand that.
absolutely
The Tesla's
love it.
nice, but I would never buy one.
No, the only one I would buy, would be.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the thing. Even the Tesla Semi, I've
Doesn't
been
he
looking
look
into
like
that.
Elon Musk?
What?
Doesn't he look like Elon Musk?
He does.
Yeah.
That's now that you bring it up, good point.
We call him Elon all
No,
the time.
but
Hello,
like-
Elon Jr.
Yeah.
Or wait, what's that?
I
what's
want to start the
kid's name?
conspiracy online that he's actually the son of Elon Musk. That way he has to pay him a certain amount of ransom.
No, but back to the whole Tesla
I'll
thing
take
about
it.
that. Even the Tesla Semi, I'm not too thrilled with. Just 'cause it's everything that
Wait,
I
there's
would
a
want.
Tesla Semi.
Yeah, you don't know about it. Look it up.
Hold
It's
on.
like a giant
He's
cheese
not a big
wedge.
car guy, but he
But-
like.
I mean,
he
I
likes
am,
cars.
but I'm
He-
not.
But you drive in the
no.
center, and I'm like, I don't
No.
want that.
He likes cars. We love cars. It's a different thing. A lot of people don't understand that difference. It's a huge difference.
I don't know. I'm not, and the range isn't convincing me. A perfect day for us would be, a 600-mile day. That thing can barely do 600 miles at the moment, from
Well,
what they're telling us.
Well, I just read, I think it was 2 nights ago, that the EPA has officially confirmed that the Teslas can drive officially 402 miles.
Oh, yo, look at this.
Officially.
Yeah,
'Cause
you.
it- to it. It's just
Yeah,
like-
but see, the thing is, like, as me as a
Um,
truck guy, I like the hood, the Kenworths and the Peterbilts, the stuff with big square hoods. That is like the polar opposite.
Well, yeah, well, we're trying to make it more aerodynamic, which is the whole thing, because we're trying to make things efficient, because if it fits, it ships, and if it's cheaper to ship, that's better.
Yeah, well, 'cause saving money in fuel taxes nowadays, we get hammered as it is.
I mean, it's saving money when you're going 500 miles. On
Yeah,
one
but
tank.
some people just do it
That-
for the price of cool. I'd do it for the price of cool.
What do you mean?
I'd rather have a cooler truck and have 2 MPG
Oh,
less
yeah,
than
yeah,
I
yeah.
would.
Oh, yeah.
That's the price
yeah,
of cool.
yeah. I mean, that's why you have a wing on the back of your car. Even if it, like, I'm sorry, but STIs. 'cause we-
Dude, they're so nice.
I know.
No,
that's
the wings are stupid.
the wings are awesome.
The wings are
The
stupid.
wings
You
are
don't have
amazing.
to s- all right,
The-
all right,
the
hold on.
wings
No,
are
they come
amazing.
instant riced.
No, they don't.
I don't
Instant
know.
rice.
It's
Instead of-
No,
starting
the
to-
Civic Type R is probably a little less deserving of the wing. And the one reason why I say that is because they void your warranty if you go on track. It was marketed as a track car, but your warranty gets voided if you
I
go,
never knew
if
that.
if you put that on a track. My uncle's a Honda tech. He told me this. I asked him if they still did, and he said they do.
That's so dumb.
And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Wait, what happened?
The new
The
Honda
Type
Civic
R.
Type R,
Yeah.
it comes from the factory, and they market it as this, this front-wheel drive Honda for the track. It's going to be this great thing. Even at the auto show last year, I remember they had a display there, a little cardboard thing, and it showed a track, and it's just like a car ready for this. And I was just down talking that whole claim because I'm just like, the warranty's going to get voided. You market it, it's a $50,000 car too.
Is it that much? I thought it was less than that. I thought it was like
It's
40 something.
it's supposed to be something like that, but they're marking it like every single one.
Oh,
of
they're
them
marking them up and then also
10
auctions and
grand
all- yeah.
at least. You'd be
That makes
hard
sense.
pressed to. So, and that's the thing. So you're paying 50-something thousand for a car that's front wheel drive, 306 horsepower, 6-speed manual, versus an STI that's 310 horsepower, all-wheel drive. Sorry.
Well, yeah, well, the new
And-
STI is going to be 400.
Yeah, with that new 2.4 they're making, the twin
Yeah.
or the single turbo 2.4 they're doing.
Yeah.
I guess it's the EJ24. I guess is what they're calling it.
I
don't know.
I can't remember. I do remember it was an E. I don't remember the exact
Yeah,
number.
I don't know.
But yeah, yeah. But like, I mean, I kind of like that idea because like they're going to be pushing like 400 horsepower stock. But and STI is too expensive for what it is, though.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I
Okay,
think
the
it's
thing is,
I think it's perfectly if you get one that's not optioned too much, like I wouldn't say like a base, but if you get one that's not optioned, it's 36,000, 37,000. That isn't too bad for a family car that is fun.
the thing is for the same amount as an STI, you could get a V8 Camaro.
Yeah, but a Camaro doesn't have any visibility, and also it's rear-wheel drive. So when it
neither
comes,
is the STI. All you see is wing.
yeah, but at least you could see through the wing. And the other thing is, at least you have all-wheel drive. When it comes to winter, especially around here,
You're
if
screwed,
you're
dude.
down in
No.
Florida,
If you
it's
don't know
not
how to
Camaro.
drive, you're screwed. That's what it is. Because you know what?
Oh no, if you can handle it, it's one thing, but still, I
You know
wouldn't
what?
want a Camaro.
Front wheel
for
drive is
all-
not as good in the snow as rear wheel drive if you know what you're doing.
I wouldn't
that's
want
why-
a Camaro
that's why
for a
Raleigh
daily
would-
though.
I would.
Even a Mustang. I mean, yeah, I'd love to have one as a daily, but at the same time, when the snow really, really comes down, I wouldn't even want to subject a Mustang
You
to that.
betrayed us with the Mustang and the Camaro now too.
Well, the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
would- I
here-
would
here's
probably-
the
You know what?
Here's the funny
You
bit
know what?
about this whole thing.
I can mock you actually very well right now, because you know what? They came out with a Mach E Mustang.
That is That is an electric car I would buy.
You know what though? I'm not a Mustang person, but that is blasphemous as far as I'm concerned.
Listen,
It's blasphemous.
I wish they
no,
would have called
that,
it something else, but I'm
you know
not-
what? I'm glad they didn't.
their execution of it wasn't bad though,
I admit, I'm
especially
sure
with
it's
the
fast.
amount
I'm
of
sure it's good.
pre-orders and everything that people. I mean, that thing apparently is selling pretty well, which is great. But obviously, I'd rather have a gas vehicle. But
No, that is no. I'm in a way, I'm irritated as all get out, but in a way, I'm also very happy because I can mock Mustangs more.
I don't know. You do what you want, but I don't know. I'm like I said, I'd rather have. There's a couple things that I'd wish they'd make a gas version of it. Something that'd be like a 5-liter V8, and the
Yeah.
normal
And it's
normal
like-
Mustang things.
Yeah, well, Ford has not. I'm not happy with Ford on a lot of levels. I like them over a lot of brands because they're American. And I believe in buying American for a lot of things if you can, if it's better. But they like Chevy sports cars definitely better than a lot of the European stuff for the same money. And
Oh yeah, Chevys. The thing is, the C8 Corvette. I mean, yeah, it's got its issues, but luckily I've met some people at car shows and I've asked them, their testimony on like what how they like their C8, and a lot of them are really happy with it. Like they say it's the best car they've ever owned.
Well, yeah, the thing is, it's mass produced, which is a good and bad thing because it will limit rarity, which is good which is only good for car collectors. But because a lot of the stuff has been around for a while, a lot of the parts and stuff that they're reusing, because the LT2 engine is not a huge new
No,
engine.
it's
a
just an
reworked-
LT1.
Yeah, it's reworked.
That's
which is
just retuned a
which is-
bit.
yeah, and the LT1 is only a reused especially
LS.
It's an LS3,
Which
with
is
direct
great.
injection. That's it. That's the only real
Well,
difference.
all of this is all variants of an LS, which is a really good platform. The
Yeah,
LS is a great
it's
platform.
Yeah, it's
so
the biggest engine platform in the world.
I'm just interested to see. I heard they were getting a 5.5 twin turbo V8 or a 4.4, 4.2, 4.
The 5.5 is the flat plane crank one. They're putting in
That's
the
what
GSX.
I heard.
But
Yeah,
it's gonna be naturally aspirated.
I heard it's gonna be twin turbo.
That I think is the ZR1.
And then they're doing a Zora, I
No,
think,
The
too,
Z06 is going to be 600 horsepower with flat plane crank, so it's going to rev to like 9,000, which
which
probably
is
means
basically GT350 sort of stuff. Well, GT350, that's a flat plane 5.2.
yeah, but that was only 505 horse, right? Or was it 510, something like that.
Yeah, but it was still, I mean,
But-
6-speed manual.
Yeah,
It's-
well,
it-
well,
there
this is
was
gonna be
nothing
it's
to
a
it.
dual clutch.
Yeah. Well,
Which-
wait till
which
they.
I get if you're mad
I
about.
saw
like,
they had
I
a
can
patent
understand that.
out for a clutch by wire system.
Really?
So basically, for the gear shifter, you have your regular H shifter. For the clutch, at least according to the documents I saw posted on some of the car forums and stuff, the clutch is electronically actuated. So you push the pedal down, and then it sends a signal to the back of the car to move the clutch. So you probably won't have a
That's
clutch feel.
interesting.
So there's probably won't be a feel of a clutch, but I'm interested to
I
see if they
mean,
go through with it.
If they're going to do a clutch by wire, they're probably going to give you a certain amount of feel.
I hope they put like a spring or something.
You're
in there.
probably gonna still feel.
I mean,
Well,
like
you're gonna feel,
something.
but it's
Well,
not gonna be.
the thing
No,
is-
there's no
Pedal's
direct.
not gonna go straight down.
I hope they put a spring or something in it. I mean, they're gonna have to make it, return. But I
Yeah.
hope they give it a little because the thing is,
I mean,
you're not
sim
gonna feel
racers
any
do that,
mechanical.
though.
What?
Yes, but in sim racing, they make it so that way it can feel more mechanical.
Yeah.
So
but
I
it's
wouldn't be
still
surprised if
not
they
the
did something
replacement,
along
but I hope
that
they do.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope they do
I don't know,
something
I
like
like
that.
the way the mechanical feel.
I do
does
too. Well, I mean, I don't know. The C8's really great, and I love a lot of it. And then there's the other part of me that still wishes we had the front engine Corvette. So, because I was just
I mean,
thinking the other
front
day
engine-
about how great the
A front engine
C7
rear-wheel drive
ZR1
sports
was.
car is a great car, but you know what? This being a mid-engine sports car, this has reached the point of 458 territory. This is supercar territory. as
Well,
far
I
as
know,
what
and
kind of car it is.
I'd much rather have this over, some of those cars that are in that.
I mean, technically, my dad's car around a track is not as fast as is actually faster than the C8 Z51.
But-
because the Grand Sport has the wider wheels and tires. But you know what? Though I'd rather have that because a mid-engine is easier to drive fast. The problem is when you do mess it up a little bit, it goes much more quickly
Yeah,
and more
it's-
spectacularly. Which
Well-
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like.
As far as like spirited driving just on back roads, I mean, it looks fun to drive.
Oh, it looks.
I
great.
would love to
Though-
test drive one and see what it's like, but
I found out a few weeks ago. How the 911s with the rear engine is known for snap oversteer.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden it'll catch
Yep.
grip and then start going again.
Mm-hmm.
I found out because that was actually really the rear engine was actually really good for a while with Rally before it was all-wheel drive, because apparently snap oversteer is not really a big deal with Rally.
If you know how to
because-
correct it, it's fine.
No, because it doesn't all of a sudden do that. It will more gradually do that, and it won't all of a sudden catch grip. It will catch it. It's more controllable.
If you want to talk about
Which-
snap oversteer, we gotta bring up the MR2. We gotta bring up the MR2.
I want an MR2. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love
They're-
love
hey,
to have an MR2.
They're cool.
I-
They just
I don't
snap
know if I
oversteer
would
like no
fit.
tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah,
I like the MR2.
a couple people I know they used to own them, and they were yeah,
This kid.
they were interesting cars. I like the idea, but at the same time, what else was mid-engine at the same time? The Acura NSX, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, the Acura NSX was a little different.
The only thing is, I hear they handle like Honda Accords.
I mean, Honda Accords don't handle that bad.
No, but still, it's just a $60,000 mid-engine sports car, and they're saying it handles like a $30,000, if that, econo box.
I don't think they said that. I think they just said like it felt light.
At least the people I talked to, they said it actually feels like it, which, I mean, it does reuse some of the parts from it, so.
Well, yeah, it's
It's-
Honda.
Yeah,
It's
it's kind of copy and
I hate
paste.
Hondas anymore. I'm so mad with them.
Why?
Because why?
Yeah.
Because
Uh-oh.
they're crap in comparison. Because they used to be neck and neck with Toyota as far as reliability. Now they're not as good, and because they bought those stupid Nissan
Speaking of Toyota,
Yeah,
I'm
alright,
glad they
yeah.
brought back the Supra. I am glad they brought back the
That
Supra.
Supra's dumb.
No, it's not. It's got a BMW engine anyway.
That's not a Supra then.
That's
It's
fine.
a Z3.
No, because a
or
BMW
Z4.
engine's great to tune.
Okay, I admit it's
You
a
can make
great.
some
It's
decent power with
I
them.
admit it's a fast car, but it's not a Supra. And you know what? Toyota Supra engines were what was it?
I heard
the 2JZ. Yeah, those are some of the best engines in the world.
Yeah,
That's
'cause-
the only engine that rivals an LS as far as
Well,
performance.
The other thing is, somebody I work with told me that apparently they might be making a 3JZ.
Yeah, I heard that too. I did.
That, they might
I
be-
heard that. I read that. I would be pretty happy about that because Toyota is
The only
Toyota is the best. When I call people treat their cars like an appliance, just basically to get from point A to point B, Toyota is the best brand to get because they are the most reliable. I've said that for a while. I know they can be a little more expensive than compared to like.
oh yeah, they
I don't
hold
know,
their
like a
value
Nissan.
really well.
Oh yeah, they're so reliable.
I mean,
that was one of
even
the
like
reasons-
even
when my
the
dad was
s-
looking at a truck, but he was looking at the Tundra for a
Alright.
while.
The Tundras hold their value.
Hold on, Eric. He was like he liked that because they were pretty reliable, but they just don't compare it as far as performance to the
But
American stuff.
even like the Civics, they're good cars, dude.
They're
Yeah.
solid. I mean,
the Civics are good. The Corollas are better. They're the same price.
I don't
There's
know
the same
about
price.
that.
Yes, they are.
Dude,
For reliability,
uh,
you could not beat a Toyota.
Nowadays, though, I don't know if Toyota still has their edge because the Tundras.
No.
they're-
They have their edge because Honda's bought the transmissions that are owned by that company that Nissan owns, and that's the big problem because those transmissions are crap.
I know,
Anytime
they're
you mention
I
the word
think-
Nissan with transmission, you should just stop right there. That's all.
Yeah, I
think
know.
that-
Yeah,
Junk.
but that's the problem. Honda bought theirs. That's the problem.
I
The
think
Yeah.
same transmissions.
I think
Toyota made their own, and they made one with launching gear, which makes it so that way it didn't have to be as big. It makes it more
That
reliable.
was pretty cool. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
that's
lie.
why they're more reliable. Fact.
I think
All right, let the
overall, like
producer
I think
speak.
I think like Toyota's first, and then Honda's like right there though.
No, I don't think so.
Like,
Because actually, Mazda was rated really high with reliability, and that's because they don't use CVTs at all.
I'd actually go.
Subaru's up there too.
I mean, obviously,
No,
you
'cause
know.
it's the CVTs. The problem with those crappy CVTs.
Okay, my car is very reliable.
Yeah, because you have a manual.
Yeah.
If they crap themselves with these CVTs.
Yeah, because they can't make any power with them.
Well, it's not only that, but they're just crap reliability.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. Even the power they do make it can't handle it
Yeah.
over time.
I know this personally.
I mean, it's not a
balls.
Nissan level CVT.
No, they're the same CVT.
The Subaru CVTs that's in yours is the exact same brand as Nissan's.
Yeah, Nissan owns the company that makes those CVTs, and they sell them to Honda and all.
I always thought, well, at least nowadays maybe, but the one in
How,
your car
Okay, but how often are CVTs really used anymore? Because you're
all the
usually
time
getting-
All the
nowadays.
time.
Nowadays
Almost
they're
every-
replacing automatics.
Yeah, they're
It's
because
nuts.
they're more efficient.
Really?
Like I admit, they're more efficient.
They're little
Like,
rubber
you can
bands,
get,
really.
You can get more mileage out of them, and you can mid range. They can be faster. I will admit that. And for a lot of people, that's fine. As far as like drivability, they're better, but reliability is crap.
I didn't realize they were replacing automatics.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought
they-
automatic
it's-
was taking over.
They don't. I don't think Subaru sells like any like they don't sell the Impreza with an automatic.
No, it's only
Yeah, they do.
CVT or
No, they don't sell it with an automatic. They sell it with a CVT.
CVT.
it's either a
Mhm.
CVT or a manual. At least when I looked at the website the other week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got lucky and got a
Pastor
stick.
Michael at my church. He
Yeah.
he got
Mine's
an
like
Impreza
hard to
hatch.
find in a stick.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I got lucky.
Mike, youth pastor, he bought a hatchback Impreza, and I asked him, I was like, oh gosh, the CVTs, that could be a problem. I know, and he was like, yeah, well, it was either that or a manual, and I didn't want a manual, and I was like, I understand that, but good luck.
Well, yeah, if you don't know how to drive a manual,
I think
I'm not
I
gonna
think he does know how to drive manual. He just didn't want to. I mean, like I get that if you don't feel like it.
believe me. In the truck world, that's a whole new debate: manual versus automatic.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So
speaking-
hold up. So like my dad just got a new truck for his work, and it was a freaking automatic, and he's beyond pissed about it because his
If-
old one was a stick,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh,
What brand is it? Is it a Volvo?
I don't know.
Because if it's a Volvo, it's an iShift. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
and it's Volvo Mac now. I mean, I'm wearing Mac gear.
Yeah,
it's
well,
Volvo Mac, so it's the
and
same
that's-
sort of.
Chinese.
Yeah. Although I'm not gonna lie. At least from the Macs and Volvos I've seen and had experience with, they're not bad trucks.
I know.
The Internationals are the one
I
you
don't
need to stay
actually
away
have
from.
that much of a problem with Volvo. I don't like that they're owned by. I actually kind of like because they are really nice, like looking as far as on the inside. They have really pretty interiors.
What, Volvos?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They have some of the prettiest interiors. But like, I mean, I think
Wait, are we talking about cars or trucks here?
Volvos, cars.
Okay, just
So,
okay.
Yeah.
My old car was a Volvo.
Yeah, that actually was not that bad of a car. He
It
had the-
was-
They're fun cars,
it was
and
a-
especially
it
the
was a-
5-cylinder
it- yeah, it
Volvos.
was- Yeah, that's what he had.
That's what I had.
They're
yeah.
fun.
It
Yeah.
was a nice car, except it was front wheel drive.
Well,
That
okay, that's
that
just how it is.
This could be a
but
problem.
no, like that actually.
That was an auto, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
But they're decent. I mean,
'Cause
that
I thought I
5-cylinder. I've
drove it.
driven one with a 5-cylinder before, and it's really smooth. I was impressed.
But no, I really liked that car.
I
was
was
a nice
impressed.
car.
As an American car guy, I was still impressed with that Volvo.
I had
Yeah,
the
really.
I think it was there was the what was it, that
I-
T40 or something.
I don't remember any Volvo names ever. Like I can remember almost any other name except for
They all basically look the same anyway, so it's not
I
like
mean,
it matters.
Yeah.
No, I had the
Well,
S40.
Well, Volvo kind of
Fine.
lost their purpose for a while because they used to be known as the safe car brand, and they're still trying to cling to that.
Well-
But cars are so safe anymore.
Well, even think about it. What was before that? The '80s wagons, those boxy wagons.
They were
Yeah.
the
most
epitome.
indestructible things on earth.
Well, they were the-
literally nothing. I don't even think a Cherokee XJ could even come
Well,
close
they
to
were
their
the epitome.
indestructibility.
They were the brand if you wanted a station wagon, and I actually kind of like station wagons, especially fast ones.
Yeah, although I want ones that I could put a V8 into. You really getting a Volvo and putting a V8 in it, you can do it. It's just you
Put a
gotta.
V8 in everything.
Yeah, but cutting,
it
drilling.
May not be in completely. It may just be wedged on there.
Yeah,
but,
well, if you have to start chopping the firewall, you
you've
got.
seen Grand Tour, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, remember the beach buggy with the V8 that Jeremy made?
yeah, that was amazing. Which they're destroying it now, by the way.
What?
I
I
think
didn't
so.
know that.
That's what I heard. Unless I'm wrong.
I'm sad that there's no real Grand Tour anymore, but I mean, like I like the specials.
It lives on in spirit.
Have you seen this?
Wait, what do you mean thean there's no more real Grand Tour?
So they're not doing like the road test and all. They're just doing specials. So they brought a special like last week, I think. It was really good. Have you seen it yet?
No,
I
I don't have Amazon Prime, so I just kind
I
of.
only watched the first season, and then I stopped. But I am gonna.
Oh, the other 3 seasons are good. The other 2 seasons are good, and then they have 2 extra specials. So they have the Seamen, which is hilariously named. If you don't get it, figure it out.
Oh, I gotta watch it. So.
And then there's
I get it. Ha ha ha. Ha. Yeah, it took me a second. But that's a good one.
on the podcast.
All right, go ahead. Anyway.
They're very inappropriate on that show. You should not watch the inappropriate scenes, but I will admit they are funny. But they have another one, and they completely have like a brand new. I think it's a Fiesta RS. Or
Yeah.
ST.
Yeah, Europe
And-
gets all that. We don't get that here, and I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah. No, it was used. It was only a few years old. They put tracks on it.
Of course they did.
Tracks.
Yes, like tank tracks. It never worked well, but they did do it. It was sick. It was
Alright, well-
obviously this was Richard's car
Wait,
because
was this what season was this?
this is the most recent special that came out just like a week ago. It's
Oh.
hilarious. Jeremy got a Bentley Continental, I believe.
I'm just looking at this because this I know is out there. Or where was it? It was the wagon that Europe's getting, and I wish we had it here. It was a
Oh.
Ford wagon, and I want one so
Speaking
bad.
of wagons, you know what wagon I really like the look of, and I kind of want to see it, is the new Audi Hot wagon.
Yes, I saw
I saw
that.
it in red in a
that
magazine.
that was
sick.
amazing.
It's sick.
I'm excited to see it.
Because I like wagons actually a lot because they're a better alternative to SUVs, I think.
No,
Because-
I love wagons.
Yeah.
I mean, I like my SUV, but still, I love wagons.
I mean, like, I just don't like how high ride heights are. My mom wanted an SUV because she doesn't like getting in because, I mean, my mom's getting older and then she also has to wear heels from time to time, so she didn't like having to get down. Because she got rid of her BMW because she didn't like it. And this is actually faster than the BMW, which is nice.
yeah, I just like being able to climb in. I mean, like my vehicle, I don't have to drop into it. I'm climbing in, so I like that a little better. It's a little more
One
comfortable.
thing I thought that was new that came out, though, is because when my mom was originally looking at getting her BMW, which she got a sedan, she was first looking at getting an SUV because she thought she wanted an SUV. Then she got the sedan because it was really fun to drive, which I completely get. But they just brought a new F-Pace out, the SVR, and it has a 5-liter supercharged V8. So, and it makes 550 horse.
Let me look at this. I haven't seen the new.
Yes.
I don't keep up with British.
It doesn't
cars.
really look much different.
What is it?
It's an F-Pace, a Jag. But it's meant to compete against a Quadrifoglio and then the Stelvio, which I know you're not a fan of.
What's the model?
Yeah,
What?
you know it.
Jaguar F-Pace SVR.
Yeah, it's not
Oh,
bad.
God.
It doesn't look much different, but you know what?
It just kind of looks like a regular,
I like
a
that it has-
regular Jaguar, just expanded upwards.
I like that it has a V8 in it, but it's a 5-liter V8 and it only makes 555 horsepower because it's supercharged, just for the record.
It actually kind of reminds.
F-Pace though. It has a V8, not a V6, because the old one was a 3-liter supercharged V6.
Yeah,
that you could get up to, I believe, 345 horsepower, or
which wasn't
365,
bad,
something like
but
that.
I don't know. I like V8s.
And that was meant to. I mean, that was basically meant to be a compete against the 6-cylinder like X3, which is fine. It's a great car, but this new one though uses a V8 just to get this power. But you know what? The Stelvio makes 505 horse out of a 2.9-liter twin turbo V6, which is it's a Ferrari V6. Let's be honest here, and it makes 543 pounds-foot of torque versus 515, or 443 in the Alpha, 515 in the F-Pace. But you know what? The Alpha is faster to 60.
Yeah, but it's an
Probably
Alpha.
its life later. It's better than a Jag.
I'd rather have a Jag.
Okay, what did Top Gear guy say about you're not a true car guy unless you like Alphas? You have to like Alphas.
I like the premise. I don't like the design.
You just don't like the looks.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like
Okay,
that front grille.
But that's a signature look.
Every
Alpha.
single Alpha. Oh wait, it's missing
Ima-
a triangle. Let me put a triangle right on the
Okay,
front.
do you like Porsches?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
Hitler's
they
car.
look
Hitler car.
I know
Hitler
they-
car.
They look
That
similar.
Beetle. It's
I
a
love
Beetle.
Beetles. Not like the new ones. The new ones are but the old ones, I would love to get like an
You
old
must like
air-cooled
Hitler.
Beetle.
I know I look like
I would love.
I know I look like I should be in the Third Reich, but that's besides the point.
No. We're not going there. No.
Come on, it's funny. I'm pale as heck.
No, but the thing is though,
Blue
I would
eyes.
love to get an old
Unreal.
air-cooled Porsche, I'd love to get an air-cooled Porsche, but I'd love to get an old air-cooled Beetle. 38 horsepower. There's nothing to them. I love it.
38.
Einen Himmel. No, I don't like Porsche. The thing, like the 911, I get it's fast, but you can make a brick go fast after 70 years of engineering. That's the thing.
I will admit that the new ones, I really like the new 911s. I like the look of
I
it.
don't like 911s.
I like it.
I don't like them. They're so annoying. They're so dumb. I don't like it. It's a bad design. Rear engine is not a good design.
You know what? You have your opinion. I'm
Mi-
not saying the
you're-
rear
if
engine
you're
is the
gonna
best
g-
design, but I'm not saying it's terrible. They've done really well with it. And they've also had a cult following for years because
Cult
of
is
it.
a good term for it.
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead, call it that. But yeah, it's they've made such a good platform with it, and like I said, they've refined it over years and years and years and years. So I have no problem with it.
Yeah, and a flat six is not even that good of a design either.
No, but it's still cool, and it's distinctive. Think about it. Flat sixes are notoriously Porsches now.
Yeah, I mean there hasn't been a flat
Subaru's done with the flat six.
Did they? Oh yeah, because they're doing turbos all
Mm-hmm.
the way. Yeah.
So they're really the only people left doing it. So
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
There's no other company that really used a flat six, was there?
no,
But it's not that's not a balanced engine though.
I mean, I never. Like I said, they pick something and they stick with it, and people crucified them if they didn't stick with it.
What was the what was it? It was an '80s Ferrari. They used a flat 12. That was they call it a V12, but it was technically a flat 12 because it was a 180-degree V.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how. you
Well,
call
leave
that
it to
a V.
Ferrari. Leave it to Ferrari to do
The
something
thing
like
is-
that.
The thing is, I'm not a huge Ferrari person as far as like supercar brands. Like I get
After
they're
this
cool.
year's F1 season, that seems
don't watch F1.
notoriously Ferrari.
I don't watch F1. I can't get into watching sports. I'm sorry. Like I like Formula One cars. I think they're cool. I just don't like watching sports in general. I'd rather like instead of watching it, I'd rather go on a drive by myself for a few hours.
A good drive around Percy, Pennsylvania for 4 hours.
Not just Percy.
Sorry.
I was saying, I could do spirited driving, but if I go 50 miles, I'm already like halfway through my tank.
Dude, I
How
cannot.
small is your tank?
Oh, it's big. It's just I don't get great gas mileage. That's how it is.
I mean, my tank I think is like 17 gallons.
Mine's 22 and a half.
Mine's probably
with
about the same.
With spirited driving though on back roads, I get great mileage.
I don't.
I get actually probably better mileage because there's no stop signs.
I baby my vehicle and I still get awful gas mileage. I mean, it's not great, but like I said, it's the life I committed to. I don't really care. It's not, on a highway I can get almost 400 miles to the tank, which is great. Just not
Yeah.
city
Well, the
driving.
thing is, my car on a highway, realistically, I might be able to get like 25 miles a gallon. But I do like around town driving, not city, but a little bit better than city, and I'm only getting like 20 miles a gallon.
On
but,
highway, I'm barely getting 20 on a good day.
Yeah, but on back roads, I'll get like 22, 23, just because of like it's all momentum, and I'm not really
Yeah.
braking that much.
Well, I have to
Because-
brake because brick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, brakes for suckers.
Okay,
I don't know
tell-
what I don't know what I
How
get
many
average.
guys should I? How many guys should I have you tell that to that smash into a brick wall or a line of trees at a racetrack?
Engine braking.
Yeah, engine braking.
I'm joking about
Yeah.
that. I mean, I like momentum racing ideas, like a Miata, where you're just trying to keep as much momentum through the corner as
Well, the
possible.
best part about the Miata is they're so slow. You just foot to the floor the whole track.
Yeah. Have you in they don't sell them here, which I kind of don't like. The Volkswagen Up, it's basically the size of the original.
Yes.
I like it. It's kind of cutesy. I can get you saying that, but I kind of like it. There's something about it you want to like. It's called the Up exclamation mark. That's cool.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's
And they made a GTI version, which is kind of nice.
that I'm okay. I'd rather have a Golf though. Or
Well,
a
I'd
Jetta.
actually rather have the Up GTI because it's smaller, which is
Realistically
it's
though,
more like an original GTI.
the only Volkswagen that I'd really want besides
I would
an
never
old
buy a
Beetle
Volkswagen.
is a Corrado.
Yes,
Corrados are
Yes,
amazing. I love
that's true.
Corrados.
VR6 in it.
Oh yes.
I would never
Oh
buy one.
yes.
You know what that is, right? I showed you that, right? A
What's
Corrado.
that?
It had a VR6 in it, which is a 10 or 15 angle B.
It is actually.
I believe it's 10. It's
I'm not a Volkswagen
watch it be
expert,
12.5.
so I gotta-
It's right in between that 12.5.
Yeah, let's see here. It is.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. All right, hold on a second. Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, no.
Just scroll up the hair.
I don't know, but
Oh my gosh.
it's a great.
If you want
sounding
something done right, don't ask me.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a Volkswagen guy, so I don't.
Okay, so it is 15 degree. So, because the VR6 is what they use to base off the W series engines, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically just a.
It's a really
two-
tight V,
yes.
and then the W engines is just two of those smacked together, which is not a W. It's a V within a V, which is not a W.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, you put two V's together, that makes a W. No, not if the V's are like that.
Okay, so what would you call that engine then? And you try and put that on marketing paper without having a name that's a half a mile long.
Two V16.
See that starts to confuse people though, because they're
People
just,
are confused by cars in general.
yeah, unless you know, because normally
Okay,
when
how about two V8?
yeah, but still, I don't know. I think 2V16 would be a much better name, but
Okay,
I
why
don't
not just V16? Because it technically is a V16.
okay, what about this motor's super complicated and you got to pay $1,000 to fix it just to, or what is it, 1,000 for like an oil change or something? It's a lot.
No,
It's no, because you have to have like for Bugatti and everything.
1,000? No, we're talking like 3 or 4,000.
I don't even know what it is now.
Oh,
It's just
like
I
even
know
a Bentley,
they take it.
even
They
the-
can't because they have to take all the body panels off.
Even
to
the
do it.
W12, which is even smaller, which is actually I don't know, something about a W12 I kind of like more than a W16. I have no idea why. Like
Well, because 16 almost sounds overkill.
no,
What?
not true. No such thing as overkill as far as engine size. I want a I 30.
I could name a couple
I want
cars
a
that are
30 liter,
definitely-
like 37 in degree.
Do you want a front end that's like 12 feet long? Are we
Yes.
bringing back the land yachts?
Yes.
So-
give me the Cadillac or give me the Impala. I want the massive hood where you can fit about 6 boat engines in there from a cruise liner.
Speaking of boats, I had an idea the other week, and I really would love to do this. I want to get a boat and LS swap it.
Yes.
LS2. There you go. Throw a cam in it, and away you go.
Nah.
Hey Christian, who typed in the chat?
LS7. I don't know. Probably Colin or you.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, he's a kid from youth group.
Oh, word. It just says first name, last name on my screen.
Yeah, that's his name on there.
First name,
Yeah,
last name. I
yeah,
like your
clever.
username. I don't know who you are, but I like your username.
It is pretty clever. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of like me calling my
Yeah, it's
phone
kinda
CIA
tough.
satellite.
What?
I named my phone CIA satellite so that way, like, I turn on my hotspot.
No.
So that way people have to
No.
connect to CIA satellite.
I do not. No.
Before it was.
Not nowadays.
No,
Nowadays, no.
It freaks people out. They're like, what? Before it was with my iPhone 5, I think I called it FBI mobile surveillance unit.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. That's a little more believable. CIA satellite? Come on, people have been around the block before. You think the CIA would call a CIA satellite? No, they'd call it supernormal Wi-Fi or something like that. CIA satellite screams
The best one
obvious.
is when people name their
My battery's blinking on my camera.
it happens.
Just pull the picture up too if it runs out.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go straight to audio. That way we can just do things with our hands randomly.
You can. I'm just kind of here.
No.
Facts.
Facts. Where were we going with this crap?
I
lost my
don't
train of thought.
remember. Oh, about the CIA satellite thing?
Oh yeah. It freaks people out sometimes, and because I had FBI mobile surveillance unit, for a while. I had FBI satellite. What else did I have? But I
Basically everything
I got
FBI.
this idea. I got this idea because I read on I think it was Reader's Digest. It was one of the. It was like Laughter's the Best Medicine ones, and it was like. It's like I named my iPod Titanic, so that way when I hook it up to the computer, it says the Titanic is sinking.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's where I originally got that
Listen,
idea.
I know we're like, 108 years on from this, but it's still too soon.
No,
That's
it's not.
still too
That's
soon.
not. That's hilarious.
That's still too soon.
Laughter is the best medicine. Words
Tell-
from Reader's
Tell
Digest.
that to every single person on that ship.
I can't. They're all dead.
Exactly.
That's why I can still make fun of them because they're gone.
And their families.
No,
What are
you
gonna
can
say
make
to
fun of
them?
everyone but the helpless. The dead you can make fun of. They're already gone.
It's in poor taste. I know there are some dead that I definitely wouldn't even make fun of one bit.
Yeah, there's a few that I wouldn't.
And I know exactly one that I wouldn't make fun of that you always make fun of.
That you wouldn't make fun of that I would make fun of.
Yes. Dale Earnhardt.
He died?
Not junior, senior. Back in
Senior.
01. You've already ripped on him before.
I have?
Yeah. Because you talked about how stupid NASCAR was before.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
I didn't rip on him specifically because I forgot about him. I ripped on NASCAR in general because I don't like NASCAR.
You just
Yeah,
said how
NASCAR
stupid it
sucks.
was, and then I said, what about Dale Earnhardt? He's like,
NASCAR is
he's
stupid.
No.
Yes.
No.
Eric,
Yeah, I hate NASCAR.
2-1.
I like
that's-
watching.
Okay, you guys can have your opinion.
watch-
I'm not changing mine.
No, you don't. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying like.
He is.
I don't know. I usually watch like the.
I'm telling you, you need to change your
I usually,
opinion.
I usually watch like the IMSA racing, like the 24 hours.
IMSA's cool.
I also like watching MotoGP. That's my favorite thing.
I don't watch too much of motorcycles. I watch
Oh,
things with
it's
4 wheels.
So great, dude.
The thing is, I don't like NASCAR because they're all so much alike.
Yes,
It's
but they're
about the-
also.
That's
about the
exactly
dr-
what my dad's thing is. Is like every
It's
car's
about the
the same.
driver. It's not about.
It's-
It's
well,
more
that's
about
the whole
driver.
point.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. If it's racing should be taking the cars to the very edge of what's
But
technically
well,
possible.
okay. Did you hear about Tony Stewart's SRX Superstar Racing Experience coming this summer? They're all spec cars, completely spec, not like NASCAR spec, completely spec. And they're gonna have a bunch of big names racing in it this summer, and it's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to.
Sounds like homosexual racing.
It isn't. It's probably the most masculine it can
is.
be.
It is.
All right, so on this list here, I see other stuff.
Okay.
I'm
So
just-
there is some stuff because I read about a few things the other
Do you
night.
want to talk about the
All right,
NY
I'm going
bit?
to the picture now.
The only person
I
I've
think
really
we're
seen
good.
too much of is Hodnet. I saw him cruising through Quakertown the other.
I used to see him all the time at Weiss. Well, not all the time. I see him once a month.
Regular shopper.
No, he would go with his girlfriend, I think.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Good for
Yeah.
him. Good for him.
Yeah, which I
All
was.
right, I think we're
Which
good.
I
He
was on-
deserves it.
Yeah, well, we all knew that he was gonna be the first person to get a
you
real
know,
girlfriend.
You know it.
Because all the girls loved him. Yeah, Colin hates him.
What, Hodnet?
Yeah.
Really?
Colin.
Yeah, because he's jealous. First time he met, I was like, I hate that kid. And he was like, why? It was like, because I know he gets all the girls. Which he
does.
did.
Well-
Well, yeah, because he pulls because girls think he's hot, and then on top of it, he's a really good guy.
I would say he's genuinely a good guy. He's not like a a jerk on the side, or he's
Sorry, I was trying to.
That was my computer, actually.
what?
Not really.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to turn on the audio.
I was. Trying
Is
to
this
make
stream
sure
broken or not?
No, we're
I mean,
good.
it's always gonna be broken. I'm on it.
That was definitely a suicide by words right there.
So if you didn't, since the video's not on, I put my hands up in the air. Eric's joking around like,
You're
"Eh."
gonna start giving a play-by-play what you're doing.
I mean, I'm gonna have to if I start doing
I'm
visually.
blinking now.
Like if I
Yeah,
start doing
okay.
this, I'm gonna have to tell him what I'm doing.
Uh huh. All right.
But yeah, I did want to talk about this New York bill. That I
Are
don't,
we even
it
on?
hasn't
right
been passed. Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
The audio's on. But I did want to talk about this New York bill that they introduced about detaining people or even arresting people completely if they're known to have a contagious virus.
I say
Tyranny.
Well, the other
Tyranny.
thing, the other thing is obviously they've released some prisoners for they not wanting to spread the virus. So you're releasing guilty people to not spread the virus, and you're putting innocent people in jail to not spread the virus. Is what you're saying? That's basically what it is.
The
That-
funniest part about that is 6ix9ine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got let out of jail because he has asthma and during Corona, and then he started having a party, and then he got thrown back in jail.
Yeah, I know. It's
That's
and that's the thing is that
honestly-
they're just going to recommit. A lot of them are not going to be reformed. They're going to just recommit, and that's the thing. I want to see the prison system as a reform, not just you're in for 2 days and now all of a sudden go out and commit
okay.
the
The
same
thing
crime
is,
again.
reform is important, but that's not the main purpose of them being in jail. The main purpose of them being in jail is punishment.
Yes.
Period.
The thing is, I do like what Trump's doing, and he's trying to give a path for people who really can prove that they're, ready to reform themselves and give them a way up, or a way out, should I say.
Yeah.
So,
about to look something up. I can't remember what it was.
I'm just, I don't know. I want to, because like I said, there's probably some good people, that have learned from their time in prison. But, like,
Oh, yeah.
if you're like a sexual predator or something like that, something really, I don't know if I can get.
Murderers should be killed. They should have their life taken from them since they took life. I firmly believe that. Rapists castrated. I think rapists should have their life taken too. No, castrated. That's worse.
Well, see, the thing
You know what
is,
castrated means, right, buddy? It means you get your
yeah.
what you do to dogs.
Yeah.
Which actually is not good for dogs to do. You just have to be responsible with them.
It's I don't know. I can't get behind giving some of those crimes, and even in jail. It's funny. Even in prisons, they
What? No, it's castrated means they no longer have the ability to build testosterone. Like it keeps their balls from working.
I know.
Excuse the language. We're talking about
But-
baseballs.
But no, the thing is that like for some of those people,
Happens.
it's gonna be a repetitive thing, time and time and time again, no matter
yeah.
how much And I don't really, I don't like that. Some of them get the easy way out. Some of them, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous that it happens, and it's ridiculous, especially nowadays, that it happens so much.
It's disgusting.
It happens so much,
Well,
and it's horrible.
You know where the rape capital of the world has become?
we're at now?
Sweden. It's been there for a while, and you can
Interesting.
get. Do you know why?
'Cause it's Sweden.
They took in so many Muslim migrants. Air quotes, by the way. They're not migrants. They are, as far as I'm concerned, they're jihadi soldiers.
They got IKEA furniture to build. What the
Mhm.
heck?
Yeah. And Chinese Volvos.
It's technically Geely. That's the parent company of
I
Geely.
don't care. They're Chinese.
Yeah. Okay.
Geely.
That's the name.
Sounds gay.
That's the, go ahead. You call it what you want.
Yes, I'm calling the China.
What is this? Why is the Highlander on the list?
Oh yeah, they brought out a new Highlander.
It's.
It's lower, I think. It's a little weird. I like the Highlander. I mean, you know this. I mean, I like Toyotas. The Highlanders are great cars.
Yeah, because you used to own one.
Yes, and it for people that don't know, you're supposed to change spark plugs about every 75,000 miles, give or take.
Is that the
Thing-
new one?
Yeah, isn't that look good?
That looks a lot better.
Yeah,
Because this
no.
looks stupid.
Well, it's not stupid, but it's not great. I will admit. I thought it looked okay. The thing is, Toyota for the longest time, even though their cars were good,
They were ugly.
they were no. It wasn't that they were ugly.
The
They were-
Prius? That's
No,
the ugliest thing on earth.
No. So I have a philosophy when it comes to Toyotas as far as looks. So before they were too
Literally
boring.
looks like a freaking
They were too boring.
refrigerator.
They weren't ugly because ugly gives it character and it looks. They were just boring. They weren't ugly. So that was a crime.
So you're
No,
saying
no,
that
no,
the
no.
Pontiac Aztec has character?
Character may not
Not good character.
Not good character. Those are two different things.
Not good character.
It's better to have no character than bad character, as far as I'm concerned. But so the Prius, the biggest crime with the Prius was it was so boring looking, had no real character whatsoever. Now they look like crap. They are so ugly. Oh
Wait,
my-
which car? Which one?
The new Prius.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah, I
so
hate-
ugly. I'd like the old look better because at least it was just boring. That was just a crime of being boring, not the crime of being ugly. Ugly is way worse.
Well, no, but
I
now they're
think
also trying
you know
to
what
make
I
them
hate
look
about
fast.
the new Prius is like the headlights or the tail lights that like have the they have,
Nothing,
like, the little like
nothing about
yeah,
it is
I
good.
don't know really how to
Yeah, it
explain.
curls a little bit.
It's got like the little wings on the side of it, or whatever you want to call it.
I don't like.
This looks
so-
like this Highlander looks like
problem
a
is-
freaking refrigerator box going
The problem
down the street.
is that the whole thing with the Prius is it's so much more about the movement than it is anything about the car itself.
That's facts.
So, I don't know.
I mean, people nowadays they're not getting Priuses just because they're fit. They're
Well,
not
no,
getting
because
them for-
Prius sales are going down because they have so many other hybrids. You can get an Avalon hybrid, a Camry hybrid, and at least the Avalon and Camry look good.
I'm not against hybrids. I'm just against the Prius.
Yeah, I just hate the Prius because it's stupid.
I mean, one of my favorite cars is a hybrid.
Yeah, the P1. That's a hybrid. I'm okay.
See, the
with.
thing is,
That is a
my
hybrid I'm okay
philosophy
with.
of the P1 is basically it's an environmental idea because they're like, oh, this supercar maker is coming out with a hybrid. And that's so environmentally friendly, and then it's just the biggest middle finger to the green movement ever because they used it to make a 904 hypercar. 904.
They only need it for all-wheel drive. That's all they need it for.
Well, it's not all-wheel drive.
The motor's for the front wheels.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. That's what I thought.
No, that is the 918.
Hang on.
The P1 is all-wheel drive, which makes it a better sports car. Makes it more of a driver's car.
I would say is the new what's it called, the Speedtail like that too?
I can't remember.
I thought one of them had.
I know for a fact the P1 is just rear-wheel drive. I know for a fact. Remember, I wrote that like 9-page paper on it, right?
I remember you wrote something on, but I don't remember.
Yeah, it was our big research paper. I wrote that giant, and then remember it was supposed to be like a 5-minute speech. It was 9 minutes long. You remember that, right?
Oh, I remember you writing that whole big.
I was writing. I was talking so fast, and it was still 9 minutes.
I don't see anything on here, but
I mean, I know. I didn't realize how fast I talk.
yeah, you talk really fast. No wonder your presentation you still couldn't make time on it.
I know. I was actually impressed. I got it so short.
Yeah, I was too because we all thought you were gonna go over.
It did go over.
Yeah, but Mrs. T cut you off. Like
And I
5 seconds after. She's like, no, all right, we're done.
Yeah, and I kept going.
Yeah, you're right. You basically told her to shut up.
It's
and
like,
you're doing
there's
this.
only 2 more minutes.
I forgot
What?
about
Yeah,
that.
it was supposed to be like 3 to 5 minutes, and it's like minutes. I was at 9 minutes. It's like only 2 more minutes. It's like what?
You lost so many points on that.
Yeah,
You
but
lost so many points.
yeah, it was just for the time part. The rest was like 100.
No, the rest was great. It's just if you kept
I had
talking,
great content. I was
well,
thorough.
I like how you knew you were losing points for it. You still didn't care.
Yeah, everyone.
You needed that too. You needed that for your grade.
Was
Is
it?
this the class you failed?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Unreal,
English I didn't
dude.
fail that year. That
Oh,
was junior year.
English? No,
That
he
was
failed,
junior year.
He failed Chem.
Because my
Was
big
that for Mrs. Baker's class?
no.
No, 'cause we had Mrs.
You
Baker
weren't
the fa-
in that. No, the P1 I did before you got to Faith. That's right. I did that sophomore year.
You showed me it.
I did show you it. That's right. I did write a paper and I wrote.
You literally showed me
No,
it.
no. That one, the really long one, that was engine design.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. Okay.
That's what it, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I still was over that same. It worked. the
You
same way.
didn't care.
I did. I
You
have
literally
no craps.
didn't care. You kept going. She's like, all right, I'm going to start taking points off. It's fine. I still got more minutes to go.
I got like 10 more minutes.
Dude, she was going to throw you out of the classroom at the end of it just so
And you could see
shut
on her
up.
face she was annoyed, but at the same time she thought it was funny.
Yeah, but at the same time, Mrs. T doesn't laugh about much, so.
That's not true. Miss T has a great sense of humor.
Yeah, until you make her mad, and then it's...
Even then, I could make her mad and still make her laugh. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, this kid's annoying."
How
but
many
he's funny."
detentions did she give you?
In high school, 2.
Only 2?
Yeah, it was. The other ones were for being late.
Oh, I forgot. Every single morning, I forgot about that. Every single morning, hey guys, I'm here now. I'm ready.
With my 2
What a-
rock stars and coffee in hand.
I remember that.
Oh
yeah.
my god, dude.
He
Bro,
was
unreal.
he was perpetually late. He'd show up in the middle of first period. Like Mr. Hauser's class, he'd walk in and he'd be like, "Ralph, be silent when you're coming in." He'd be like, "Nope, I'm here, guys." I'm just like,
No, I was not that bad with getting in, as far as loudness in that class. I tried to be quiet. That door was so loud, though.
you weren't quiet because you
I
came
try-
in
no.
and then you started talking.
Okay, well, I was talking no matter what.
That's true.
I don't stop talking.
Well, because I
Hence
know
our
I'd give him.
podcast.
He'd show up more late than he would early or on time. So I'd be like, "Wow, you're on time today."
Dude.
No. I'd be on time most of the time for Mr. Hauser's class. I wouldn't be if I got halfway through in homeroom. That's when you were impressed, let alone on time.
Yeah, it's true. Because I just expect you to show up like, "Oh yeah, he'll show up." Because Mr. Hauser's like, "Is Raul in it?" I said, "He'll probably be here in a few minutes."
yeah.
I mean, that's literally that's how it works. That's how.
Yeah, and that's how I got like 9 million detentions, all from being late.
Yeah,
I think
never
I
got
yeah,
one.
didn't like you spend like every weekend at school for
No, 'cause
Saturday
no,
detention?
no, I only do like one or two Saturday detentions per year.
I would say, didn't you
but I
did
would
you
be
skip
there
out on
every-
most of them?
No.
Somebody skipped out on them. Like they just kept skipping out. They're just like, I'll do them later.
Mac.
Oh, I remember Mac. I remember.
Sadly,
Mac.
I do. With a very bad memory. If he ever listens
I
to this,
remember
I hope he
Mac. What a guy. What a guy.
No. Remember all the times he tried to threaten me?
I don't even. I didn't know what he was. Saying
You
half
barely
the time.
understand
so-
him.
I used to be late all the time in high school.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Well,
would always have jazz band, so I'd just pull up at like 7.
yeah.
like-
Well, like, at that point, who cares?
and Colin, Colin, we'd have to be in school by 7:40. Colin used to scoop me at 7:35, and then we'd still go to Wawa. What are you looking at?
Oh, I was just showing him that we've gone for a while, and he was like, keep
Dude,
going.
he's gonna fall asleep over there.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. Chum.
After it's a long day at work, he needs a
Dude,
nappy.
my word.
Get
Yeah,
that man.
Dude, I could go for
Do you need
I already
babas?
I already took my nap before I came here, so I'm
Oh,
well
I
rested
can't
from work.
nap for the life of me.
I can.
I can't nap. I'm like,
So
once
I
I'm
can
awake,
nap.
I'm awake, and once I'm asleep, I'm asleep. That's how it is. I can't nap for the life of me. Like, I can't even nap when I'm sick. I'm just out for like 13 hours then. What's the longest you've ever slept?
I don't even know.
I don't
Because I
even
know I
know.
wake up like disoriented when I sleep like super long.
Oh,
and,
I
like,
know.
Yeah, I get
terrible.
messed up all the
Like
time.
yesterday, I woke up and I had a day off on yesterday on Monday, and I was like, "What is it? Sunday? Like, what day is this?"
I think Have you ever slept through an entire day?
No, I don't think I have. I doubt it.
I don't think I have.
Because I'd probably wake up within 12 hours and be disoriented already. So I don't think I.
I remember one
I
time
doubt it.
I fell asleep. I slept for like 16 hours. I was still tired because I was sick, and then I ended up was like, well, it's like 6 o'clock now. I'm just gonna go back to bed. And I woke up the next morning, and I felt a lot better. Yeah, I was.
Sleep is a weird thing.
Yeah, I woke up for like less than an hour. It was not good. Yeah, I don't like sleeping is weird. It's annoying. Why do we have to sleep?
Why do we have to
Just keep
sleep? Why do we have
going.
to eat?
Just
Why do we have
keep
to do
going.
anything? Yeah, why do we have to do anything?
No, eating's fine because at least I enjoy that because you get the good taste in your mouth.
I do too, unless I'm like really, really
Unreal,
hungry and I'm
this
just constantly shoving food in. Then I'm just
The
like, I
best
wish
thing
I
is
didn't
when
have to
you're
do
really,
this.
really hungry and you're eating something especially delicious.
Mm.
And then,
Oh,
and
that's
even,
right. I know what I'm having after this too. It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but yeah. Back to this New York bill though. I'm
Yeah.
really mad about this though. No,
really big
no,
tangent. That was a really big tangent.
it's a very long tangent, which I'm fine with. But like,
Get on with it.
yeah. But I want to quote Thomas Jefferson. So let me make sure I remember it exactly. Because I posted it a while back on my regular.
It's amazing how well a lot of these quotes from these people that are now deceased, they age really well.
Okay,
I
Thomas
mean, they're
Jefferson.
so timely.
Okay, in relationship to this bill, I will say, because it's basically saying that they can arrest people if they have a contagious virus, which could mean a cold, which is so tyrannical.
Or if they just don't like you and they just say that you are a virus.
Yeah, that mean.
Then there you go. That it's it's so arbitrary. There's no.
Well, there's lots of people I
standard
believe
for
are a
it.
virus to humanity. Doesn't mean I want to. Well, I guess I kind of do, but that's besides the point. But Thomas Jefferson said, "I have sworn upon the altar of God, the eternal will host hostility against every form of tyranny over the mind of man." So, I like that quote. Basically swearing that he's going to fight against tyranny for all of his life.
No, I
Is
understood
it
that.
just- But one of my favorite quotes is from Gandhi. Among the many misdeeds of the British rule in India, history will look upon the act of depriving the whole nation of arms as the blackest. Gandhi, folks, Gandhi. The people, the leftist hero of, well, just be nice to each other. You don't need to hurt anyone. And I agree, you shouldn't hurt anyone.
Well, and
but
the
you
thing
know
is,
what?
nowadays they're misquoting MLK.
Of course I'm misquoting MLK. MLK applied for concealed carry twice and was denied both times, and then he was shot and killed. Imagine that. He doesn't have a weapon to defend himself.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a shame that, all these people that, they had really good points, they're being misconstrued.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Is he shouting for me?
I think.
Okay, you guys keep talking. I'm going to go upstairs and talk to my dad for a second, I think.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep, I'll be back in 1 second. I don't know. I think he's yelling at me for something that I didn't do.
Unreal.
Go figure.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's Rao's podcast, but without Rao.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we could take a short break until he comes back. All right, we're back. Christian's back. And everybody's back.
He's
We're
back
up
from
to
his
go.
little adventure.
Yeah.
The professional ranter is back.
Professional ranter.
I
Is that
am-
your nickname?
I'm going with it now.
Go ahead. You do that.
I forgot to bring this up before because we were talking about the vet for a little while. I just saw the convertible version for the first time. Oh my gosh.
You didn't know, but they released that a while ago.
Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about other things because I was like, yeah, I like this Corvette, but it's not like I'm gonna drive one on yet. And I was like, because I mean, yeah, it's cool and all, but it's not like super exotic, which I like because it's a feat of engineering. But I just saw the convertible like less than a week ago. Oh my gosh, it is so good looking.
I like it.
I
I'd
think
rather have
it's
a hard
gorgeous.
top, but I like it.
I wouldn't.
You'd rather buy the
No,
convertible.
I'd rather have the hard top.
I mean, it's a hard top convertible.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'd rather just have the removable roof. Hard
but-
removable roof.
Yeah, I mean, like my dad has a target top and all with his Corvette, but and I would not want a soft top Corvette. But you know what? This convertible with the hard top that actually folds back into it, really nice, and it looks.
I'm
Like,
gonna be honest with you.
and they shouldn't call it convertible; they should call it Spider.
Yeah, well, that's too fancy for
No, this is a very fancy car.
I don't know. I like, cause see, here's the thing, that mechanism is definitely gonna go out after a few years. It's gonna break,
Yeah, well,
and I'd rather just not have to deal with it. There's already enough
know
electronic components on that car. I don't have to deal with it.
no, that's a fair opinion, but it looks great.
It looks good. I just wouldn't want it long term. Like I said, for any like Mercedes, if you want to get a Mercedes, get it on lease. That's like the only car I'd lease, because that way you can give it back right before it starts breaking.
Thing is that because a lease is like it's like 36,000 miles or whatever, and that is not that many.
36,000 3 years, 12,000 a year,
That's like a little bit below average mileage, I think, because Nova's like what, like 13 or something.
10,000.
Yeah.
I do about
average
12 in a
is 10.
year. I do about 12,000.
I think I do about 10.
I do like 20
Well, yeah, 'cause you drive around aimlessly.
because I love the drive.
Yeah, but
I do too, but I just can't. I just don't want to be putting that many miles on the vehicle.
It's fair. My car's already worth like nothing. I've been driving less lately.
Especially when my next job is basically going to be just driving 8 hours for a living. So
Yeah, well, that's not
You're
pleasure
gonna-
driving either. That's just boring driving. The only reason
Fun
why
to
my
me.
dad does like 14-hour days.
it's because that's all we're legally
See,
allowed.
the
But you
thing
can only
is, I would
drive
just
11.
I would just be listening to podcast
Oh,
after
no,
podcast
he
after
dr-
podcast
dude,
after podcast. for
He
that.
sometimes like 15, 16 hours. He doesn't.
How
get
is he
home.
driving?
But like, no.
Probably
'cause-
not legal.
Because I would say that is not within our hours of service, at least at the
Oh,
moment.
but like sometimes like he'll get stuck in traffic and stuff on
Yeah.
the turnpikes and stuff.
No, it's not fun. Mm-mm.
And he's just sitting there. And,
And obviously, you gotta basically you gotta try not to kill everyone else, because nobody wants to be behind the big truck. So you got people chopping in front of you. You
yeah.
know,
Oh yeah. No.
it's something you get used to.
He
You
ran some
just-
guy. He tore up this one time. Some guy cut in front of him, and he tore up the guy's girlfriend's car with his lug nuts. Because he cut him off and he ran him right into the freaking barrier, and his lug nuts literally just hit the car and tore it to shreds.
Yeah. Yeah, they're strong. They're strong lug nuts on there. And the caps and everything.
He was like, "Yeah, you get in there and tell me what you see."
What are you looking
Because
at?
the guy was all pissed.
I'm trying to remember this name of this one. Jack, keep talking.
Oh.
Because the guy was all pissed, and my dad was like, "Yeah, you get up in there and see."
Yeah,
what you can see."
exactly.
Like, what can you see?
Yeah, nobody cares. Everyone thinks trucks can stop like the cars. They can't.
No, they can't at all.
It takes like 500 feet to stop a loaded truck a lot. 80,000
Yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
It's at least I keep my distance. I make sure I have enough. In case somebody chops me off or somebody tries to. The last minute people that are like in the left lane on a 3-lane highway.
I want to
And
cut it.
and they need to get off, so they chop right across
Right,
all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's illegal, isn't it? Technically.
I think so. It's
Everybody
not
does
only
it.
illegal though. That's definitely dangerous, especially if you don't know
God,
it's
yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
But obviously, especially if you're a professional driver, you start to learn to anticipate some of these things. You start to get that feeling like, oh, this person's gonna do this, or
Oh,
this
yeah.
I mean, you
person's gonna
should be
do
doing that as a regular driver, because a lot of people can't.
Nowadays, licenses are handed out on cereal boxes.
Do that. Well, nowadays you don't even probably need to do a driver's test.
Yeah, no, nowadays, no, because the
No.
COVID thing, my
All you
cousin
need
who
to
took the
do-
test, you drive through a parking lot. You don't even go out on the road. The instructor's not even in the vehicle.
Exactly. You do parallel parking and you have your license.
That's it. And they have they turn right at the stop sign we have set up in this little parking lot,
See,
stop
this
at the
is
cone, and there you
where-
go. And that's it.
This is one of the few places that
So
You don't
Europe-
contend with any
Europe
traffic.
actually did a good job with like places like Finland, where they make you
'Cause
test
people- yeah.
test to see if you can handle the car.
People
on
understand- yeah.
on like snow and ice and stuff. Like that's a good idea.
Yeah, but the Finnish are
think
crazy anyway.
parallel-
They go outside with shorts and T-shirts when it's -2.
I think parallel parking is the stupidest thing in the world. Like, why do you need to learn a parallel park to
Oh,
get your license?
get ready for this year. 'Cause
Like,
that's what it was.
For trucks this year, I got through school at the right time, because now you're gonna have to learn how to blindside and sight side parallel park a truck in the course.
What, to get your CDL? Yeah.
Is-
forget
Yeah,
Is that
it's-
new? Or
I think there's the first of this year. That's when the new training rules went into effect. So I got through at the right time.
okay. So this is something I did want to talk about because have you heard of this? The XE SV.
Yes, I love
So
the
it's
look of
so
it.
it's yeah I do too. Because it is faster around the track than what's it Julia, Quadrifoglio.
The triangle grill car. Oh wait, they're all triangle grills.
That's fine. I like it.
I don't.
I know you don't, but you have to admit it's really good on a track.
It's a good car. I
'Cause
just
you know
wish
what?
they would have redesigned the front end.
Well, that's the look of an Alpha.
Yeah, exactly, and it looks stupid.
Okay, so do Porsches.
No.
Yes.
Porsches look way better than Alphas.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Because no, they are so pretty. You know what? You can tell though. You can tell it's an Alpha, but you know what? The problem with a Porsche, you can tell it came from a Beetle.
And that's great because the Beetle was a legendary car.
You know what? If that's true, it is legendary because you know what? Hitler loved it.
Why is it?
Because Hitler helped make it.
Okay, there are some connections.
Volkswagen and the people's car.
Yeah, but think about it. What was the actual people's car that? Well, no, that was after Hitler, but still, the Trabant, the East German Trabant.
I can't remember what that is. Is that the?
It's back when they were communist, and
Okay.
they made this Trabant, and the Trabant was horrible because nothing ever lined up,
Well,
nothing ever
obviously
matched.
it was communist. There's no incentive to make anything. Communism has never made anything in their life except for the space toilet and some weapons. That's true. Communism hasn't invented the space toilet. I found that out. It has to be a couple of years ago, but I thought that was hilarious when I heard that. But yeah, so I do like this, and it was faster on a track than the Quadrifoglio, but they made a new version of Quadrifoglio that they're not going to be bringing out for the next couple of years because it got delayed because of Corona, because Italy got really bad. With
Oh
the
yeah, they
corona.
got hammered.
Yeah, well, that's because they have the older population, and plus people they pile in houses because you have families that are several generations old.
Yeah.
Which like they should have been more careful, and I will admit about that. But they brought out the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio GTA. So out of that same 2.9 liter engine, they squeezed 35 more horsepower out of it. So
Which is just a tune, basically.
yeah, but I mean that's more power, and I think it's a little more torque. But they were able to lighten up by 100 kilograms, which is 100 kilograms is
It's a decent bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It has a more sporty interior, it has like harnesses and all things like that. Lot more aero. Have you seen it?
No, I have not.
You should look it up.
I will Google
It's pretty. The aero on it's pretty sick.
I don't want to get diseases from having to look at the triangle grill though.
See, you know what? Alfa Romeo is the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati car.
Oh no, no.
But yeah, it's good. I think it looks cool as heck.
I have seen this one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Isn't that,
I like it.
Isn't that wing awesome? I love it.
I like it. I'm
I
not gonna
want one.
lie. With that grill, it doesn't look as stupid.
Yeah, because you have all this aero on top of it, right?
Yeah.
It looks better.
It doesn't look because it doesn't look like a
It's
like a
'cause there's
blunt nose
lot-
car. It looks actually pointy.
Yeah, because they changed the hood a little bit up.
That looks so much
But
better.
I think it's meant to compete because the thing with that the Jag.
Okay, that
S1
might I'd buy that.
I'm so proud of you. I got him to like an Alpha. I got him to like him an
Yeah, but
Alpha.
there's still the triangle, and I just don't like.
I know you
the-
don't like that. I think because you know what Jags do
Hey,
look
hey,
good.
we need a distinctive thing. Oh, should we do like some distinctive badge? No. Should we do like some distinctive curve on the car? No. Let's put a triangle on the front of it.
Okay, what about the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale? Have you ever seen that?
No. What is it?
I
Let's
can't remember.
see this.
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it up because I barely remember how to.
I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
How about that?
Yeah, that's
It has the little triangle, but it's only tiny.
Yeah, but it's small. It's not the whole front of the car.
So the funny thing about this car, I actually did a video on prettiest cars ever, and I put this up there. It was top 10, I believe. But funny thing about this car, I think they made like 20 of them or something. The gaps in the doors, every single door out of every single car was all different as far as lengths.
Sounds like the Trabant.
It's an Alfa Romeo that they made only like 20.
A Trabant.
It has a 2-liter V8. I bet that thing revs really high. I think it's like 12,000 or something, or 11,000, something like that.
Yeah.
But it makes I think like 223 horse. I believe it's 223 horse. Out of 2 liters, it's pretty high.
Yeah, for the time. Definitely for the time period.
2 liters, no turbos, 200.
Yeah, for the time, that's not bad.
That's good now.
I think that definitely would compete with a rotary engine.
Okay, even an Alpha is more reliable than a rotary.
Yeah,
I like rotaries. Don't get me wrong, but you know what?
Well, they burn oil, and literally, I was on the road the other day with a friend in the car, and an FC RX-7 came past. I was like, "Oh, dang, it's an RX-7," and I was like, "That thing's got a rotary." And I was like, "She's like, how do you know?" And I said, "Wait till it merges in front of us. You're gonna smell oil in about a minute here." What happens? He merges in front of us. I smell oil.
Well, yeah, because they have to. I mean, they basically have to use a 2-stroke gas in that thing.
Yeah,
2-stroke fuel rather.
Yeah, although I know one of my coworkers has an RX-8 and he dailies it, and he's actually
I kind of like them.
He's okay with it.
I kind of like them, but you know what? They're a wannabe RX-7 that Ford basically made them make because they wanted to make a real RX-7, and Ford said nope.
I like it though. I kind of like it.
I like the look of it. I know the look's kind of weird. I kind of like it.
As long as it's not blowing apex.
But you know what?
I
mean, they're going to. It's a rotary engine. It's hard to just keep them from doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
the apex seals are better than
If you take care of it,
before the
it's actually not bad.
Before the apex seals, they would just score the crap out of the inside of it. But the apex seals were actually pretty good. The funny thing is that we're known for being so unreliable because of the apex seals, but the apex seals made them more reliable. Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, it's just the nature of the beast, though. That's just rotaries being rotaries.
Yeah. I like rotary engines, but you know what? Even an Alpha V8 is more reliable than a rotary engine, and that's just sad.
Yeah, it's
but like
not great, but
okay. For example, his car, my car, 2.5 liter or Boxer 4,
Yeah.
171 horsepower. That is
NA.
2.5. Yeah. This is naturally aspirated, 2 liter, and it makes 223 horsepower, which means it's what 52 horsepower more with a half a liter smaller.
And it's a V8 though, so you do have more cylinders.
Yeah, I know it's a lower reciprocating mass and all, so it can rev a lot higher. I mean, what's our car redline at? Like 6,000?
Something like that.
I think it's just under 6,000.
I don't think I've ever actually redlined it.
Really? Doesn't it have a thing that bounces?
Bounce off a rev limiter right now. Like go outside and just bounce it off the rev limiter.
Doesn't your car
Live
have a
on stream.
bounce off rev limiter?
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever really let it get that high. I mean, I might have. Yeah, I don't. I might have hit like. 65.
You're not having enough fun.
I think I've hit 65.
No, I think he just doesn't want his car to blow up.
Yeah.
No, you're not having enough fun.
We don't all paddle shift, Christian.
That's the best I can do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he drives it like a manual. When I was in the car the one time, lets off the throttle, paddle shift,
he drives
back
it,
on the throttle. I'm like, dude, it's not a manual.
He's been in my car a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's not a manual.
He drives it like he's on his freaking Xbox.
Because I love to drive. I don't want to drive it to the limit because that's what's fun.
Yeah, but the thing is, you letting off the throttle, shifting back on like a manual. It's not really good for anything.
I do that because it was fun. I don't do that anymore, but like I do that
used
occasionally.
to?
I used to do that for fun. Yeah.
And you said the Highlander.
What?
Back when you had the Highlander? Back in the early days?
What about it? I missed the first part. I'm sorry.
I said you sent that thing. You drove the wheels off.
Oh yeah, I drove that thing hard. That was.
You drove the wheels off.
It needed an Italian tune-up.
What? Fiat fixed again, Tony?
No. Have you ever heard that term? Italian tune-up?
No, I just like to say it because Fiats are broken. So
well, I know
Fiat,
that.
Italian, fixed again, Tony. There you go.
The only Fiat that I like is the 124 Spider, and that's because basically Miata is an Alpha with a Fiat engine, and that engine's actually not that bad.
500.
Well, that's the thing. I don't like the regular 500, but somebody at the college I used to go to,
because it used to
the
be
Abarth, the actual
Abarth.
performance. think it's a Barth.
Arbath.
Yeah, something like.
It's
So-
Arbath.
Anyway, he chopped off. You just chop off the muffler on the stock tuned popcorn. We call it the little popcorn machine. All you have to do is chop off the muffler.
Yeah.
Literally,
I-
just took a hacksaw to it, and it pops like it pops like
like,
crazy.
The Arbath is not that bad. I
Stop.
kind of like that. But you know what though? I do not like the Fiat 500 because you know why was it named the Fiat 500? Because it had a 500cc engine in it.
Well, you know what's even worse? The Fiat 500L. I saw a statistic, and only 47% of Fiat 500Ls did not return to the dealership for service within a year of purchase.
Sounds about right. Actually.
Oh, I know. That's yeah.
I
I'm
had
just not a big
my
fan of it.
aunt. Before she didn't know anything about cars. She wasn't married or anything.
She bought a Fiat, didn't she?
No, she had this Honda. I can't even remember which it was,
No.
and it had 100-something miles on it. Never had an oil change.
Great.
No, it might not have been 100,000 miles, but it was up there. But like, I mean, when you're going over 30,000 miles on an oil change, that's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah.
I mean, how often do diesels change their oil?
Depends. I mean, trucks like these, between 20 and 30 probably.
Okay, so
But they have multiple filters, and they take 12 gallons of oil instead of quarts. So
Yeah.
they have enough for a long time.
yeah, so
Because obviously if you have to change the oil every 8,000 miles like you would in a car, they'd be in the shop every couple weeks.
yeah, I
So-
don't get me wrong,
yeah.
I understand. I couldn't remember the
But like
number.
for like a
I
pickup
didn't know
truck
they had-
diesel, I don't know what the
I didn't know they used that much oil,
they use a
and
lot.
I thought it would have actually been a little bit higher for the mileage. I'm not gonna lie to you, because a lot of oils like a Toyota with especially like Mobil 1, the high performance oil, that'll go 20,000 miles on it easy.
Well, diesel is also a bit different.
Well, yeah, I
You just
understand
don't
that.
throw regular motor oil in it.
I know it's a different oil, but but Toyotas with oil, I mean they can go a while without an oil change.
Yeah, the problem is you just can't with the diesel and everything. You can't in the winter like now. You can't let it gel up. If it's below 32, it'll start to gel up with the fuel
Really?
and everything. Yeah, that's why you have to
I'm
plug
not
diesels
familiar
in.
enough with diesels. Like
Yeah.
I like diesels. I think
It's a
that they're
whole
cool.
thing.
I like that they're super efficient and they still make a ton of torque. I'm just not into them.
Oh, they make a lot of torque.
I know. I appreciate diesels, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're not like a thing for me.
Yeah.
Like I love cars, but I only like diesels. It's a different thing. It's like when people like they have a. I know he wants to be done soon. We're gonna be cutting it. We're gonna be
Cutting
done.
it short? You mean cutting it long?
We've literally been live for an hour and a half.
That's good. We need a long podcast. I need watch hours.
What, for the two people that watch this?
I have like 40 something views on a lot of the videos.
Have you gotten Hodnet to watch it yet?
That's a good idea, actually.
Because he's got enough connections. He could spread the word.
What do you mean? Hodnet?
Yeah.
Why would he have connections?
You know everyone and their mother knows him. At least at Faith.
Well, yeah, at Faith. That's
That's-
a small school.
Couple hundred.
How big is a public school?
Yeah, in relativity.
Relativity.
2,500.
What are you,
aside.
Einstein? Relativity. I think you mean relatively.
No, in relativity. That's a wait. Whatever.
I don't
That's
think Mrs. T would not be proud of you right now with her grammar.
what. I don't think she'd be proud of you.
I have pretty good grammar as far as speaking. My writing grammar is crap. But like speaking grammar, my grammar's pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? Every time you got called for speaking out of class, you just say, "But Mrs. T, I'm trying to speak eloquently. I swear." Get her to shut up about it. Never know. But yeah,
Yeah.
now that guy's got to start making his bed over there,
I
man.
did love Mrs. T. Mrs. T was a great teacher. She never taught us anything, but she was a great teacher.
Mr. Hauser was a great teacher.
I did like Mr. Hauser.
He was epic.
That was just because he was a car guy.
That had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, well, because he liked cars, it was like he was like I had a certain amount of kinship with him,
Yeah.
and then plus he was like a younger guy, so
Yeah.
of course I was gonna like him.
I swear him liking cars had nothing to do with it.
It helped though.
It had a lot to do with it. Sarcasm.
It-
Yeah, no, it was good though. I
Yeah,
I enjoyed history.
He was a good teacher, even though I never learned anything in that class because I knew most of the stuff.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Because a lot of that stuff, just from knowing politics, I already have heard so much of it, and
Yeah.
and liking history in general. So like I knew a lot of the government stuff already. Like I didn't remember the names of the amendments or the numbers of them. Like, but like I don't need to know that. I know the information. I don't need to know the number.
Yeah, you better be paying him overtime for this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unreal.
yeah.
2 cents an hour.
No. You get overtime, so that's 50% up from what you normally make. So, because 50% added to 0 is still 0.
Yeah.
So I will pay you overtime.
No, you can just write another paper for me when I need it.
I mean, I didn't really write your paper. I just told you what to write. Right for the most part.
Dude, the second paper you freaking wrote.
I wrote big pieces of it. He had to tie it together. Hey, it was a great paper.
Hey,
His teacher had to be like, "What the heck? Who wrote this thing?"
You're admitting how. You're admitting.
I am legally incriminating myself. That's why I hate college.
Same.
That and you can do all my math work for me too. There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
you always used to get in trouble in math class too?
No. For talking sometimes. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't get kicked- I
that's
wouldn't
what I'm
get
saying.
I wouldn't get kicked out. It was Mr. DeClerico.
Oh, you had to clear. Oh, I thought you had Mrs. Moore.
Sophomore year.
Did she tear you a new one?
No. I went and visited Faith a few weeks ago, and I saw her. She was like,
You guys
"How
can
are
go
you?"
visit. I don't think I can go visit Souderton right now.
It's Faith, and they love me. The teachers love me,
I
even
could
though
go
I was
visit the tech school.
even though it was a pain in the butt. They love me.
yeah, you really were.
Because I wasn't a bad student. I
were
wasn't bad.
belligerent.
I was very nice to the teachers. Like
just belligerent.
I was just obnoxious and annoying, but I was nice. So the teachers liked it.
I like how
It was
he's
like-
not gonna say anything against
Yeah,
that. So
Yeah, because he knows it's true. I was nice. I was just not.
Oh no, I knew you.
I was just obnoxious and
You were one of those kids.
yeah, like
one of those kids.
Yeah, dude.
like I was liked. I was just annoying. It's just a different thing. Which I always thought was funny because like I wasn't a bad I wasn't bad. I was just frustrating.
With literally everything.
I wouldn't do anything wrong other than talking and being late. So like I wouldn't get in trouble for anything else. Like what was I going to be getting in trouble for? Nothing. Because I was still
on
like,
your phone in class.
oh my gosh, that was not good. All of a sudden this.
Oh
Yeah. Is it coming out 1 year for you guys too?
no,
no.
it's good for me.
Okay, it's back for me.
I would say I mean you were on your phone in class a lot though.
Oh man. You know what? I was causing so many problems then. I can't believe I would ever violate the rules. Like it's
Unreal,
not like
dude.
anyone else in the class would ever do that besides the the foreign students. or the people
Yeah.
that sat right behind us.
Yeah.
Or sat right in front of us.
Oliver.
Or sat right next to us. Or even
Oliver.
Mrs. T.
Yeah. Yeah, you were
Unreal.
right near her desk too, and you still were on your phone every second of the day. No, I swear, I'm looking up something as you're on the BMW configurator. Come on,
No. That the BMW stuff wasn't on my phone. That was on my iPad.
it's the same thing. You still got both of them taken away
Bro,
all the time.
You're so drawn, dude.
Well, I would type a lot of the vocab stuff on my iPad. Was the thing.
And then he'd get a little carried away after that.
Yeah, and then there was Sudoku.
Sudoku, internet, looking up memes, looking up.
No, I
Politics,
No, I
look
wouldn't do memes or politics really.
Hey, you would. You showed me it during the middle of class the one time. Heck, you were sitting behind me the one day, and you poked my back and made me turn around. And I'm like, I don't want to get busted by
Okay,
Mrs. T.
it wasn't that often. Like it wasn't most of the time. Most
Most
of the time,
most of the time.
most
it
of the
happened.
time it was just cars and Sudoku.
And you turn around
when I wasn't doing
and
schoolwork.
Mrs. T be like, "Why are you turning around?" Be like, "No, I was just getting the vocab from him." That's literally what it was, and you know it's true.
A lot of the time, I was getting vocab from you because I couldn't keep up with her because I couldn't type fast enough.
That's right. I forgot about that. I have to keep giving you the sheets. Did I ever get half of those sheets back?
No, yeah. Most of the time you got it back because it would only be for a minute. Because sometimes I would.
Most of the time.
Yes, most of the time. Because I would just basically, I would either take a picture of it or I would just write it down because I didn't have the words down yet. I was pretty good about getting them back
Alright.
to you.
Let's wrap
Okay,
this thing
yeah.
up.
I'll see you guys. We gotta be done because
Yeah.
Great
we're
outro.
about to lose some power because you know what, the computer's about to run out.
All right, guys. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
catch you on the next one.
yeah. See you again. Hopefully Josh will be back some other time. I think we had fun.
I had a good
Yeah.
time.
Okay, cool.
Good old time.
All right. Peace.
See you guys.